Hello, hello, and yahoo, konnichiwa, konbanwa. Buenos dias, buenos tardes, and buenos noches. Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome. I know, I didn't give a lot of notice for this one. But I wanted to get some of the 11 stream in again for this weekend to work on the other Shuko. Get her closer to 99, and I didn't want to do it off-stream. Off-stream, I've been leveling up the other jobs that she has up to like 50 or 51 or such. But I felt like I'd be doing y'all a disservice if I did it without like showing you guys. So I figured that it'd be a smarter idea just to keep working on it, you know, on stream whenever I progress past the levels, you know, the level cap and such. So my red major's at level 61. I saw Matato, I was watching you guys from Twitch. Welcome. Alright, well that being said, I'm hoping to go for 2.5 hours or so. We have a Christmas event that I'll be going to later this afternoon. But I figure we can get some good progress. Maybe get to 70, maybe get the Genkai 5 item and fight Matt. We'll see how it goes. Alright everybody, lots of love and welcome. And let's just get a controller and get started. I have Shuko right in the Esha Z-Top by the kitty cats. That is awesome, Matata. Less than 1,000 to go. I mean, less than 600 to go at this point. You're so close. We'll be able to crush that pretty quickly during my work break for Christmas. 2 more days of work. Alright. Add the controller. Let's switch over to the screen. And then let's switch sounds, because that is actually on Lynx's screen. I love Windurst. Here we go. Let's use this set for now. I have 2 trust sets, Velner and Shuko. Velner has Valerial, and the Shuko set has Brigidine. So different tanks. Because, you know, Rally likes the AoE pool and everything. Wow, Matato. I can believe it. It is a little surprising. But that's like the best way to eat it. Then again, some people don't like tomato soup. They think it's a little too acidy. But I am a fan. Especially dipping grilled cheese in it. My goodness. Just a couple buffs for everybody. And a haste for me, a haste for Santoto. Oh wow, that's right. You gotta have fast cast. That's everything super slow. 15 more seconds. Alright, Shantoto, you're gonna have to wait. Oh yeah, she needs a ring. You got the Emperor ring recharge too. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Mufasa. There's a movie called Mufasa? Like a Lion King prequel or something? I haven't even heard of it. Live action. That's all you had to say. Oh, it's live action? That's why nobody's interested. Disney's ruined almost every live action they made. I think the only one I liked was like Beauty and the Beast. And even then, there was moments I cringed. But yeah, if I had to pick my favorite Disney princess, it's probably Belle. Because, you know, she gets brought into that library with tons of books and everything, and she's just like, oh my god, this is heaven. And I'd probably be the same way. Oh, that's crazy. You know, I just think there's a lot of people looking for nostalgia, and there's a lot of curiosity. But if you want my honest opinion, how many people will re-watch it? That's what I wonder. Like, you might watch it once out of curiosity, like, oh, let's see what Disney did. But are they gonna rewatch those live-action ones as many times as, like, say I've watched the cartoon growing up and as an adult? I probably watched a lot of those Disney princess movies at least 5 times each over my lifetime, from being like a little kid to now. And hi, dear. Welcome, welcome. Is that a deer? Yes, it is. They're over there. Yahoo, yahoo. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Ooh, brown chest. I should open that to see if it has money. We're at XP rig. Yeah, I love nostalgia, Matato. I just hate how people are abusing it with cheap stuff. Like, I'd love to re-experience certain things again. But I just hate that they're all crappy and then they hire these directors or producers that are like, hey, I'm not gonna read any of the source material, but because I'm a great director, I'm gonna make it work. And then they like crap on all my favorite things. And it's like, I'm not gonna watch movies in theaters anymore about things I like because I think you're gonna mess it up. Like, you know how, I think a Nintendo movie, or not the Nintendo movie, the Mario movie I could? Miyamoto had his hands in that the whole time. To the point where, like, the studio was even like, yeah, we couldn't get rid of Miyamoto sometimes. He was pretty intense. And I'm like, good. Good. Because otherwise he would have messed it up. Yeah, I hope that... Oh crap, I forgot the chest again. I hope that Sonic 3 is just as good. I remember in Sonic 2 when he was Golden Sonic, I was just kind of like, oh wow, why didn't I expect this? Because he got Golden Sonic in Sonic 2. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Because nobody respects any original stuff anymore in video games. So like my brain was so far from assuming that they even played Sonic 2. But when I watched Sonic 2, I knew that if they didn't play it themselves, they at least watched somebody play Sonic 2. Clearly. And I'm hoping in Sonic 3 it's the same way. Not that Shadow the Hedgehog is in Sonic 3, so I'm not expecting it to be accurate to the Sonic 3 game. But like, hey, can we have somebody that played a game with Shadow the Hedgehog in it so that we have some, like, you know, awareness of it? Oh yeah, you know what's funny? They redeemed themselves so good, I completely forgot about that whack-ass trailer. You know what? That's a good way to break it down, Matato. I wasn't sure exactly which games they used for inspiration. I think that's really, really good. Yahoo, yahoo, Kappa-chan. Or Kappa-ni-chan. I know I talk about Okappa a lot on stream, but the last time I was talking about her, I was saying that she still needed the cute shoes from Lilith-chan, but she actually got them. She finished every drop from Lilith. Solo. By herself. Grinding every day. Mostly on stream. I don't even have the words in English, Spanish, Japanese, or any other language that I know to express how proud of her I am. What she accomplished is so amazing. I've never actually seen a player do it on their own. Usually there's always some help along the way. I mean, I guess she had advice. But no, I'm so proud. It is a level of tenacity to be able to fight Lilith that many times by yourself and get every single drop from her BCNM, and they're all so good. I guess maybe the staff could be argued to be a little more limited than the other drops, or the sword maybe, but they're all really, really good drops. The guides got really good. These kitty cats should take me right to 70. Oh yeah, definitely. I can just keep beating up these kitty cats to 70. And then we'll have to go find a testimony. A red mage testimony to go beat up Mr. Matt. How are you doing, dear? And I've been cheating a little bit, by the way, too. Not cheating, but like, I've been leveling up all my other jobs I have on this character to 50. So Warrior and Thief I got to 50 last night. The night before that, I got White Mage and Black Mage to 51. I already had Scholar to 51. And I've been spell hunting and trying to get sparks through any types of like weird sparks methods I can pull off at this level. I farmed up some clay to fertilize my garden to try to get some worm mulch, since that's an Aeonic drop item. Try to make some money on this character. It hasn't sold yet, but when it does, I'll have a little more gil. And so yeah, just processes of trying to make sure this character's endgame ready before I would do anything with any other like streamer or other character on this server or any other server. I want to try to prove to everybody that you can get endgame ready by yourself without, you know, relying on any others. There's a lot of people that will whine and cry that you need help from others, and don't get me wrong, help from others will speed this up a ton. If you have friends that play 11 or anything like that, well, I say cheating. That is a good point, Linchava. Hello, by the way. Yeah, yahoo. I mean, like, I wasn't doing it on stream. The way I've been trying to develop this character is I'm trying to develop it all on stream so that whenever it goes into a new plateau, you all can see it and see what I do. So, like, anything, leveling up all those other drops, the 51 and everything, I did all that over, the same methods you've already seen me use on stream. Yeah, same. I've helped so many people, and over some of the dumbest things, too. And it's just like, if you do a little research, there's a lot of stuff you can handle yourself. Like, a lot of stuff. I should be pulling more of these with other spells, too. I'm just using Dia to level up Enfeebling, but that's probably... should be casting, like, an elemental spell in each of them, too. There we go. Yes, get some elemental skill ups as well. Distortion for Blizzard. Yeah, and that is perfectly okay, right? But some people's schedules are a little different, you know, or they don't have friends that they know yet. So my effort for this is to try to encourage people that don't have those resources that even still have a lot of fun in this game, and you might even make friends along the way. But you don't have to. Yeah, there's some of you I know that type of player, Java. Is the player who doesn't want to do anything by themselves. They want to do everything like an MMO. And it's like, even FF11, as party-centric and group-centric as it is, there's still some stuff you should do by yourself. There's 63. Not 2 levels so far. Pretty good. So, like, here's a reality, though, right? Here's a sad reality for people that take power levels and stuff. Because I'll take power levels at certain points on my characters. But let's say I took a power level on this character here, right? And let's say Velner or Shermie or one of those really strong Fenrir characters came in and just boosted all my characters to 99 in like an hour or two. It'll probably take like 3 hours, but either way, let's just say it happened, right? Then all my magic skills, all my combat skills, all of them would be at 0 instead of 195, 195, you know, like high up there. It wouldn't go well, you know? Like, I'd have to grind all those magic skills by myself sometime anyway. I'd have to go find, like, a wall and Wings of the Goddess to beat up for hours. Or I like to use Uragnite and Yasi hunting grounds on the beaches. Yeah, you're gonna have to spend all this time skilling up anyway. So it's like, don't get me wrong. Like, that's all good and well, but it's like, you're still gonna have to pay for it. 11's gonna find some way to make you pay your time later. And it may be AFK, or it may not take as much attention or whatever. But like, especially if it's your first job to 99, I really heavily encourage you to do it like this. Because you'll be making your macros one by one as you get certain spells. You're building it all on the spot, you know? And that helps you understand it better. And if you understand it better, you're gonna play the job better. Now, once you've had your first 99 and such, and you have a friend or somebody that can power level you, and you're like, I really don't want to take White Mage to 99, or I really don't want to take Bard to 99, could somebody help boost that? I get it a little bit, you know? You save a lot of time, so you're ready to play with friends more, with more jobs and more choices and such. But the first job you take up, you really should do it this way, I feel. Because otherwise, you're not gonna understand anything about the game at 99. Like, oh, kitty cats, they aggro sight, you know. Like, that's something you learn by fighting these cats or certain camps and trying different types of monsters. They probably got better than Fast Blade now, don't I? Yeah, I got Vorpal Blade. Thank God. Okay, let's switch to Vorpal Blade. Reason I could add it there. Instead of there. I'm gonna make sure I'm spelling it right. So now, since it's 2 words, you gotta put parentheses between them, or the macro will register properly. Just like that. And if I actually had enough gear to change sets, you know? You camel case your macros? There are a few ways that they've modernized the macro system that lets you do a lot. You know, they use Thunder, so I should just probably be using Stone on them. Horrible blade time. Friends with a level 25 sword. Level 20, 25. A level 40, my bad. But still, a very low level sword. Back up a little. I'm getting a little too into the kitty cat camp. You always want to be kind of conscious of your positioning, especially like Apex. This will happen a lot on me too. Oh jeez, you just made too many friends. Valley, I was trying to get us out of the camp. Now you just made an extra friend. Alright, that's a light, so I can burst that. Oh, no, Valley was too slow. Oh no, I got it. Cool, okay. Chantota's bursted on everything. That's right. I do have one without Valley now. I have a Rigidine set, but Valley's so good at keeping himself alive and keeping his MP for like cures and such. Rigidine will like blow through his MP a bit more. Now Rigidine can hit just as hard as Valley can. I know everybody thinks like Valley's like the toughest hitter, but Rigidine's with his greatsword, he hits some big numbers if you'll hit him. Just on one monster instead of all of the monsters around you. So how's everybody doing today? I know, I'll tell you a little bit about us. I finally finished my gift shopping for the kids. And last night, me and the baby's mama, we wrapped up all the gifts together and got all the gifts wrapped and ready to go. So our kids are gonna have a happy Christmas now. And my car got fixed. Still need to get the stickers on it to make it legal, but I gotta drive it a little more to get the emission stuff good. But yeah, so finally, it's looking like a good Christmas, getting most of the stuff taken care of. I don't know if you guys, and even if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's all good and well, but if there's, it's good holiday season, you know? So I'm seeing a lot more, like, cheer and generosity than I'm used to this year. I'm usually more of a bah humbug person. Let the club of the bonker. In retail, you'd have to hit that macro so often it would annoy people. But maybe not in retail, it would be a little more, ooh, a golden chest. I'll have to open that. And not retail, it would be a little different. You're more of a bah Christmas Merry Humbug kind of guy? Hello, hello, yahoo, yahoo, color. Or should you prefer Kala or Medea? I will say, like, I was pretty bah humbug until I had kids. Like, I really hated Christmas. It just felt like something I had to do to go step. It was an excuse forcing me to go see family. And then when I had kids, I was kind of like, I don't know. 65, let's go up. Nice. Caliber ring. Ooh, that's your CP. Oh no, experience points. Gimme, gimme. Gimme the gimme, yes. Nice, I got an extra experience points ring now. Perfectly timed. So, Matato, I was gonna say, I felt like it dragged a little at the end. Did you feel like it at least slowed down a little at the end? Like, alright, not to get too spoilery, but once the main character becomes like the prince and has a hair color change. At that point, I felt like the game got a lot slower. But up to that point, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Well, you know, I was terrified. I used to tell my parents, I told my mom and my dad and everybody that I was never gonna have kids and not to expect it from me. to expect it from my sister and my brother more. Mostly because of, the whole being trans thing and everything. I did not expect to have kids, to say the least. But you never know how life surprises us sometimes. And I was put in the position of being able to have kids. And so we did. I had my daughter first. And it was amazing and changed my life. It's the hardest thing you could ever do in your life, but at the same time, it's the most rewarding thing you can do too. But it is scary, And I understand why people hesitate and such on those types of things because it's not. Yeah, it's challenging to say the least. But now that I've already done it and I've experienced it, I would never take it back. I guess if you like comparing it to a roller coaster that you liked going on but you never want to go on again because you're like, oh my god, that was amazing, but holy crap, it's crazy. Yeah, I understand. The only suggestion I would say is just make sure that you have some family members or some friends around that are comfortable, like, helping watch the child sometimes when you need a break. Because there's just sometimes, as much as you think you can do it all yourself, you can, but you're gonna, like, go nuts. Having a mom or dad or cousin or aunt or uncle around or somebody to help kind of bounce ideas off or vent to occasionally, or just to help watch the kid while you can go out for a walk by yourself and enjoy some silence, that's a huge help. Because that'll help you recharge your spiritual battery, and then you're fine. Money-wise, though, I never thought I would be writing money-wise, and when we found out we were having the kid, I was, like, terrified about money the entire time. You just kind of, like, get ready, and you start getting crafty, and you start finding, like, ways around it. And there's a pretty big tax break when you have kids, too, for what it's worth. At least in America. I can't speak to other countries. Oh, the opera Matato? Okay, hold on, like, spoiling, is that a hair color change that big of a spoiler? I didn't, like, that's not too big of a spoiler, right? I don't know, maybe it is. I'm trying to describe the point in the game that I started to find metaphor a little bit disappointing. Like, a lot of dungeons started to look the same. The cycle of the gameplay started to feel similar. Yeah, even regardless of the attitude of culture trying to push it kind of just to that, I still think you'll have a lot more, like, I rely on the teachers that at my kids' charter school, we meet with them occasionally whenever there's problems or even when there's good stuff and side projects and such, and, like, I don't think my kids could have made it this far without, my family, my friends, the teachers and the school that they go to. Like, I was homeschooled my whole life, right? I went to school in kindergarten, and then I was homeschooled by my mother from 1st to 12th grade. I guess I went to college for a little bit, too, in the local community college. So I guess that was a little bit of quote-unquote school exposure. But I missed out on a lot, for lack of a better term. And I'm not, like, super regretful and sad about it, because I feel like it does give me a unique perspective, and I think I seek out intelligence and information a little differently than a lot of other people. But that doesn't come without disadvantages, I think I'm a little socially awkward, for sure, to say the least. 65, let's go! Oh yeah, Red Mage Sub Scholar. Yeah, I'm not playing Red Mage very well. I should be casting haste on myself, too. Good point, good point. Yeah, when you do casual grinds, I'm more like paying attention to chat, to be honest. That makes the grind a lot more entertaining for me. But yeah, let's throw an end spell up. This guy should be weak to end stone. I'm not high enough level for sub-job to assassin it yet, I think. Yeah, I don't think you get assassin till 35. When did Haste 2 come out? It wasn't in the 75 era, I can tell you that. It was a beautiful sequel, wasn't it? I'd say it was in the second Abyssia that Haste 2 came out. Because they also, introduced a Blue Mage version of it as well. Yeah, Haste 2 mixed with a Geomancer can get you to cap haste. Or the Bard can get you to cap haste by themselves. Oh, well, hello kitty cat, I didn't see you there. I was about to pull another one. That's fair, Matato. Well, I'm glad you finished it. I'm hoping we can get the stars over your head before the year comes to an end, too. And then maybe your January will just be working on the Voracious Resurgence. You have to come in with me to a couple sorties, too, to get some Gallimaufry. You're gonna need 20,000 Gallimaufry and an Icondrite minimum to finish the story. And you'll have to get your Prime Weapon to level 2 to be able to defeat the final boss of the game. Oh, I love the Voracious Resurgence. It wrapped up so many things that the story forgot about. The only thing that I wish it had was new zones. And it technically has one new zone, but it's not. Let's be real, it's not really a new zone. It's like a room, a big room in Adeline. I call it the Secret Auction House. So this server I'm playing on right now with this new character is on the Fenrir server. But I wouldn't really count that too hard. I created this character kind of play with other streamers. Because a bunch of streamers are always asking me to transfer to their server. But my main is on Siren, by the way. The Siren server, detail. And I have a lot of friends I've made there over the years. And I mean, I have a lot of enemies I've made too. There's a lot of people that hate me as well. But regardless, I don't want to abandon them. So I was like, what's the best way to deal with this? And eventually I landed on, you know what? Let's just make another character. Let's make another character, stream me developing it, go through the struggles of not having any gil or anything, and just learn. It'll make it better for me to make guides. I'll be able to make guides better and more efficiently. I'll understand, you know, other people suffering a little better. Because I could just bring Shuko in if I made another character on Siren and just get it to 99 in like a couple hours and just give it, you know, 1 million or 2 million gil for spells and everything. And it's gonna be fine. You know, the only thing holding it back would be the 45-day wait to get into some things like Odyssey and whatnot. And that's, you know, that's nothing. So doing this by yourself, I figured would be a lot more helpful for people that are, and there's a lot of 14 players that are curious about 11 right now. And 14's really slow to get updates and stuff too, so there's large gaps of time. It's like, hey, during one of those large gaps of time, Final Fantasy XI's on sale for $10 right now. Your first month is free. Then there's free logins 2 or 3 times a year. Now is one of the best times to play Final Fantasy XI that there ever is. And it's free login for everybody that has their own account, by the way, too. Like, you could log in right now, even if you haven't paid your sub, and just check out your characters and such. If you're one of those people that use all 8 mob wardrobes, or all 4 of them when there was 4, you're only going to be able to access 2 of the mob wardrobes for free. But other than that annoying little niche catch, it's pretty much everything in the game. Oh, that's correct. Yeah, there's 8 mod wardrobes now. Yeah, you can buy 6 mod wardrobes. The first 2 are free. Yeah, so what they did, right, is they gave us 1 free benefit, right? You know how we had 100 equip sets? Right? We had 100 equip sets. Well, now they've given us 200 equip sets, and that's for free, right? But mod wardrobes, they added from mod 4 now to 5, 6, 7, 8. But you gotta pay for them. Everything from 3 to 8 is an extra $2 a month. So, like, my main, unfortunately, yeah, I pay for all of them. I have a max account on my main. Well, I guess actually, technically, this character has all 8 too. Oh yeah, I have all 8 because this is on my main account. But, yeah, unlike Link's Cats, for instance, I have the basic account, where it's 2 mod wardrobes. Like when I geared Raraneer and gave it away and pissed off Reddit and got Reddit all mad at me, which they probably still haven't forgiven me for. That was 2 mod wardrobes as well. Any character, you don't need extra mod wardrobes at this point. The Odyssey gear that came out during the Voracious Resurgence is so powerful that you really just need that and a couple other accessories and stuff to finish most endgame characters these days. Why were they upset? The mods, I flipped out a lot, and the mods reached out to me in private message and explained to me that they didn't want to have to manage givesies backsies, essentially. That if they let me do it without issue, that other people would start trading accounts and pretend it was free or lie about it or be deceptive, that it would enable trading of accounts on Reddit, even if my intentions were pure and just for charity. And so that they didn't want to encourage it because of that, and that the headaches it would cause for them having to manage that on the Final Fantasy XI Reddit board. And I completely understand. I don't want there too much shade on the mods on the Final Fantasy XI Reddit forum, but there was a lot of I got downvoted into oblivion, let's put it that way. Long story short, I'm not gonna post any of my giveaways on Reddit anymore. If next time when I start doing giveaways again next year, I'll just post them on my Discord. We'll see, I might find somewhere else to post it. But yeah, Reddit did not like me for that. And then they suggested I give a key out instead of an account because that's less controversial. And so I did that and I posted to Reddit when I was giving a key away. And then they yelled at me anyway. They're just like, oh, you're the person that gave that character away. Screw you. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm never gonna escape this from Reddit, am I? They're just gonna hate me forever. That's okay. Oh, hi, Dragoon. Early Merry Christmas. You too, I hope you stay warm as well. Yahoo, yahoo, hello, hello from YouTube. Just doing some leveling up on my other character here. You know you missed me doing CP on, I think it was last week, on Dragoon. I was jumping around and poking things and having a good time. Oh crap. You idiot! You Jurination bladed all over Voso and now he's gonna kill you. I'm not healing you. Nope, you're gonna die for that. That's your own fault, dummy. Nobody heal him. Yep, you just kill Valley. Yep, we're gonna go over here. When your Valley pulls something stupid, don't engage anything else. Don't even try. Because it'll kill Valley, and since he's the only one that got hate, you know, everything's fine. I did it with a capital V. Sensitive mods and add-ons and such. And thank you for the fall color. Do you prefer Medea, or Media, or Kalar? So yeah, it's the free login event right now, you. Yeah, it is definitely the free login. Dia. Mia Dia. Mia Dia. I think I'm gonna stick with Kalar. I'm so bad with pronunciations and stuff. There'll be times when I'm reading, and even the 11 stories sometimes, and I'll just be like, yeah, that's the best I'm gonna do. We'll move to the next word. Oh, you're fine. My friend Serafina, right? She's sleeping right now, but she was streaming earlier today. She's a big reason I'm on Twitch, to be honest. A big reason I stuck with Twitch, anyway. And, her character's name is Makaria. Well, it's spelled Makaria, but it's pronounced Makara. So every time I read it as I would pronounce it, and I pronounce it wrong, she gets so mad at me. And it's like, Ollie, I don't even do it on purpose sometimes. Sometimes I do it on purpose just to get on her nerves, but this is when we're having fun with each other. So you can prevent Voso and NMs from popping from these by buying a key item every time you come into the zone called the Mollifier. But they don't aggro. As long as you just ignore them, it's not really worth the silk. You get silk so slowly at low levels like this, unless you're getting like power levels and such, that every silk counts. You want to be buying like the Eshin Urn and the Eshin Cellar, and like all the things that raises how much silk and beads you can store in these zones. And Boar Shields too. Well, hello, Mr. Kitty Cat. Yeah, that's been a big struggle with this one. Sparks in general help you do guild. On YouTube, I've written 3 different guild guides, and most of the information on there's still relevant, but I'd say it's more relevant for characters that are 99. As I'm going under 99 here, there's a couple other things I would suggest you do for Gil instead, like heavily leaning into your conquest points, and then buying like rank 3 items, like in the case of Bastok, the Centurion Sword, a bunch of those, and selling them the same way you would sell Spark Shields. Stuff like that. There's every guild counts, especially if you're leveling a mage as your first job. The spells add up. Like, I'll go to my spell list here, but like I have a lot of white magic and a lot of black magic, but I'm still missing Phalanx, I'm still missing Stun, I'm still missing Dianca, I'm still missing a couple of the Protectras and such. And so I'm saving up for Phalanx now, 139,000 gil. And that's gonna be like 200,000 gil. Or if I get to 99 and the event's up at the time, I'll be able to farm it myself. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I'll probably have to buy it. You're supposed to sell an Omen? Oh, that's easy. I don't have it on this character. But Swart Destrius. Those crystals of Swartz, they're selling stacks for like 10 million a stack. And with a thief, you could probably get 10 to 15 a run. That's fair. Okay, so you'd probably see about 5 to 8 then, without a thief. Or if you go in with like Treasure Hunter 4 set and hit everything with Treasure Hunter 4. Yeah, Thief, I've seen Thief see upwards like weasels like crazy. He's gotten close to, I feel like 20 one run or so. But I think he averages 15 per run, I think he said. I'd have to ask him. He's not present to ask at the moment, though. A weasel's one of the best thieves I've ever met. Call Aerial Blade, Urination Blade with Valley messes up. That time you got an extra co-roll, so that's fine. If he pulls a Voso again, I'm gonna curse him out. My bane wore off. I wasn't even paying attention, I lost dedication. Let's get that back up. Well, if you ever transfer over to Siren, I would suggest the Link Shell that's ran by the character Inept, or Irino, or even Bloodlines. I pretty much know all the endgame Link Shells on Siren, and what schedules they run and everything. And I'm pretty friendly with most of them. Because I don't actively go into them as like I did every day. A lot of their players were developed by me. At some point or another. But if you go to other servers, like here on Velner's Link Shell helps players a lot. And could probably take you even further than the ones I know in Siren could. But it depends on what type of experience you're going for, you know? Well, like, they're very, very, very strong. And there's a lot of multi-boxing on this server. So, it's a little bit of a different experience. Like, you might be playing with one person and they're 5 characters. Whereas, like, on Siren, it's gonna be... There's still some of that for sure. But it's gonna be more like the individual characters. Oh yeah, good luck, Matato. Good luck. Especially if you go to Walmart like me, where there's like presents and food. It was chaos. It was the chaos. Thank you for coming out and saying hi. And just keep in mind, like I said, I'm off Christmas. Well, I have a half day on Christmas Eve. And then Christmas, obviously, I'm going to be spending with the family a lot. But after that, there's my daughter's birthday. I'm off for the rest of the days. I'm going to be grinding 11. Well, I do have my extra character. You know, I've made extra characters and had extra accounts and stuff, Kalar. Yeah, it's on Ashura a ton for sure. But, like, I would never want to manage six accounts, right? Like, I would even be scared to kind of run 3. I probably think 3 would be the highest I'd ever go. But I wouldn't want to. I just want to control one character. That's how I have fun in this game. The only reason I've ever gotten other characters geared up is just so I can get into events. So, like, if I'm helping power up one character, right? This is why I have 2. So I can bring them into Delve, because you need to have 3 to enter Delve. You need to have 3 to enter Dynamis Divergence. You need to have 3 to enter Incursion. So it's like, alright, well, if I have 2 characters, whenever I'm helping somebody, I'll have them, they're 1, and then my 2 characters equals 3, so I can get them into anything then. Or anything that I can potentially kill. A Vagary needs 3 as well. Not that I would run them through that, probably. Not the main Vagary anyway. I might do the bosses with them. Like, I know Matato and me, we did the bosses together for the BC&M. But you have to beat Seekers of Adeline for me to take you into those. Whereas with regular Vagary, all you have to do is have access to the Razkanar zones. I hope you're doing good. and staying warm and having a great time in 11. I'm glad to see you again. Halar, did you ever finish Rhapsody's a Man of the Elf? Okay, and how about the Dynamices? Did you ever go into any of the original Dynamices or the Diablo Stream Dynamices from Chains of Promathia? Yeah, the Wave 3 win. That gets a bit intense. You really need a strong group for that. Some people will just pay for a merc. In my case, we wound up leading our entire link shelter. The first Wave 3 win we got, there was 17 direct drops because everybody was new. We made a lot of money that day. A lot of Demon's medals. You do have a Cursia. You've done Dynamity. Yeah. Cursia is a great weapon, especially once it's augmented. It's really good in this one content that's almost made for red mages called Peach Power. Came out last November in 2023, I think it was. And it's a lot of fun. It only drops one piece of gear, but it gives a ton of master level points, the exemplar points, and you could level up pretty quickly from it if you go into it once a day. Like, my rune fencer's like master level 28, I think, just from Peach Power. Granted, I've run Peach Power like, probably like 30 or 40 times on it. How we doing? Almost level 67. Let's go! Oh wow. OnlyFans. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's so clever. Hi Shiraj. Welcome, welcome. Yahoo, yahoo. Whoops, I messed up Shantoto's skill chain there, so you can be mad at me. She can't burst now. Sorry, Shantoto. I know you would have just killed it if I just didn't weapon skill. Yeah, I've been working on this character on stream pretty much. I've been leveling up the other jobs on it, like the side jobs on the side off stream. They got them all the 50 so far that I would want. I still need to unlock like Dancer, Dark Knight, Ninja. And Rune Fencer probably too. Geomancer. But yeah, I've been doing this so I have a character for other servers. So this one's on Velner's server, Fenrir. And I'm gonna see if he's as cool a guy as he seems. Thank you, Shantoto. But yeah, I just didn't want to take my main Shuko away from Siren. I have a lot of friends I've made in Siren over the years, you know? And it would kind of break my heart to say goodbye to them. So I figured, you know, turn this into an opportunity. Stream the 1 to 99 development. Show people the XP camps I use. Show them how I deal with the guild struggles. The little shortcuts and cheats I use to get around and skip walks. 67. Let's go. Oh, wait. New kitty cat. It is definitely, like, this server has incredibly overpriced auction house on spells. A lot of the stuff from vendors is massively cheaper. Well, I mean, up to level 75. Yeah, it holds true most of the time. But then after 75, it flips, and the auction house prices on the server are fair again. Red, like on Siren, give some credit. The prices are much lower on Siren. I think it's because there's a lot of Japanese players, and they wouldn't put up with that shit. They would lower the price themselves. They'd outcraft you and undercut you till the prices are back to where they want to be. Siren is like a 50% or I'd even say 60% JP server, 40% English. I might be wrong, but I love Siren. You never know if you're gonna play with a JP team or an American team if you take a shout party. One of my best buds is a JP Link Shell leader, Finafalon. Yeah, he comes for a lot of the Saturday Onyx I've been running. That is a huge help. One of the most powerful summoners and Corsairs I know. Yeah, some of them are really good. But you know, when you play on a main JP server though, you also see the bad ones too. There was this one, I can't even remember their name, but they were horrible. And I was like, I guess not all JP players are good. But yes, most JP players I've played with are excellent. And I've even gotten to watch some of them develop. Like, alright, I'm gonna do one shout out for her. Just give me 1 second to do this shout out because I'm very proud of her. I was talking about her earlier. But she just finished her Lilith set. I think that was the clip of her just getting her final item, the shoes. It took her 444 tries. I'm so proud of her though. Yeah, our JP farming guy on this server used to be Kaj. JJ. He's a military vet, and he wasn't able to work the normal jobs anymore because of injuries and stuff. So he would, you know, farm JP on here for stuff. I know, against TOS and all that. But really kind person, really kind-hearted person, was real honest. And then eventually, I think that he had to give the character back to the original person that had the account. Because he would, you know, pick up the accounts from people and stuff as they gave up on the game. But he was the most honest merc for JP I'd ever met. And then there's a lot of bots that you'll see too. Yeah, Lilith is very stubborn, but you know, there's a new stubborn king now. Lilith was a stubborn queen for a while, but now it's Shinryu. The Shinryu high tier battlefield has some of the rarest drops in the game now. Like, trying to get the new impact cloak is like, good luck. Or if you want like the scythe or the dagger from that, it's like, I've seen people go in, I think it took Curl, 500 times to get the scythe. And he was doing BDs too. He wasn't just doing VEs. He was going in on BDs. Oh, the base one? Oh yeah, you definitely want to start with the base one. I love having impact. It's so strong. You know, while we're at it, let's give Velner a shout out because he's the reason I'm on this server, doing this character.
cranked on some Cuervo? Fuck yeah.
Oh, he's drinking Cuervo and didn't invite me. I see how it is. Yeah, Shiraj. You know, I recently got it, Shiraj, but it wasn't from Shinryu. It was from a Montrose. It actually happened live on stream. Yeah, I was super happy. I was so happy. And then the impact cloak. I know I'm not helping you feel any better about this, Kalar. But, I'm not Kalar, I'm sorry, Shiraj. But I got the original impact cloak off of Gabi chest. That was when it dropped for me. So, I bought Shinryu a bunch. But, he never gave me what I wanted. I always wound up getting the stuff I wanted from him from something else. I'm just hoping to get Sanguine Blade soon. Like, once Red Mage has Sanguine Blade too, as well. I mean, Savage Blade is awesome. I should probably work on unlocking Savage Blade, honestly. It's like, I don't think I'm gonna be getting a Naegling or a Kaija sword on this character for a little bit. But, that involves opening Altep Gate. Which is doable. Totally doable. But I don't know if any of my Voracious Resurgence friends that have beaten it know. Opening Altep Gate's a pain in the ass. Good, my Emperor ring is still holding up. Valley, you made a new friend, but that's okay, it's not a Bosho. And holy crap, Chantoda said die. So, we're on the other one! So, the interface will appear. It's a good question, actually, Kalar. I can't remember. I don't mind the interface popping up some. Yeah, I'm not sure how to. I'm sure there's a way. You can do so much through Lua. And not to be like too weird with AI, because I know some people really hate when I talk about AI. But ChatGPT in particular is very familiar with Lua. If you feed it the Lua you're working with and ask for some suggestions, it's very good at writing Lua. Like, shockingly good. I tend not to use Lua myself very much on this because I'm trying to teach new players how to play the game. And I don't want them to have to get a PhD in coding to play Final Fantasy XI. But I'm not going to judge people that, love this game a ton and want to get the most out of it. Because sadly, the truth is if you want to become one of the most powerful players in Final Fantasy XI, you will have to familiarize yourself with it eventually. interesting. Okay. I figured you could send it to your chat bar too. I've seen some people set their luas to go up to their chat bar as echo lines. It'll be fun, it'll be like riding a bike again. Yeah, we never quit 11, we just take breaks, you know? And then we'll hear a song or something played on somebody's video where they talk about Final Fantasy lore. And it's like, wait, that's a Final Fantasy 11 song. And then before you know it, you're YouTubing the Final Fantasy 11 music. 2 or 3 songs in, you've already given Square Enix Krista and you're resubbed, and the rest is history, right everybody? Now, one pro tip I could give you for all the people aspiring to be red mages, if you're trying to complete your spell lists, ignore the end spell 2 set for a while. You don't really need it, it's very niche, and end spell 1 is superior in endgame in almost every single possible way. In fact, I think in every way it's superior. So yeah, you can pretty much ignore the end spell 2 line when you're trying to buy your spells. I tend to ignore the lower protects and the shells. Yeah. Blame the 14 raid? Yeah, we've been seeing my viewership on a lot of my old guides and such have been really popping off on YouTube. And I've noticed that viewership's really high on 11. So I definitely think the 14 raid had something to do with it. I like the 14 raid as a design, it was mad fun. I don't like why 14 has 11 in its world though. That was a little disappointing. I thought it was kind of a lame reason. I won't get into the spoilers or anything, but if you do it, and you know what I'm talking about, you know. It is not the most inspiring reason for 11 to be in the world of 14. Oh, thank you for the follow, Inspector. Yahoo, yahoo. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. You know, if Velner was awake or around and watching this, he'd love this. We're petting so many cats today. It's a Neko-chan genocide. You know, the one thing I will say without getting too spoilery is there is a planar rift to get into that raid, which makes me think everything is Abyssia. yeah, I could talk about the lore for hours, Keller. Oh my gosh. In the Voracious Resurgence, it's gonna break your brain even more. I'm trying to figure out what I could say about it without getting too spoilery. How about this? I'll say this much. In the Voracious Resurgence, they get into the reincarnation cycle heavily of the Galka. Like lore-wise. Like, it's not just some, like, Noogle, oh, I'm your household Noogle and I'm getting, the gang of Noogles is extorting me for money kind of mini expansion. No, no, no. There are some real implications in the Voracious Resurgence, big time. At first it starts off and it's like, this is stupid. We're a goblin, dress up with Bridget, going and visiting the other nations, and nobody knows what the hell's happening. Oh, okay. Here, I can give. There's one hint I can give. There's a hint I can give. Alright, here's my big hint for the Voracious Resurgence. If you want to understand the Voracious Resurgence ahead of time and actually have context as you play it, you must do the Summoner Artifact questline. Or if you just want a hint, you have to do one of the Avatar fights. Because there's a tiny hint of what's going on when you finish the Avatar fights, the 75-year-old ones. However, if you really want to know what the hell's going on, the Summoner AF questline will explain what the hell is going on in the Voracious Resurgence a bit before you go in, so you're not as confused as hell. And I remember when I found that out, and I was telling my friends, like my one friend Athen's like a hardcore red mage. And so that Athen was like, okay, where's the red mage expansion now? I want my red mage story expansion since Summoner got theirs. And he's right, red mage's story lore is amazing. They could literally make a mini expansion just about the red mage lore. Yeah, I'm not gonna say. I can't say anything. It gets huge. It gets really big. It's a great expansion. So I hope you enjoy it when you get to it. The start's slow. Just be patient with it. Is all I could say. All right, it's a deer. Is that a deer? Have fun with your Limbus. And now you're reminding me that we're getting Limbus 2.0 in retail this year, in 2025 sometime. My money's on November, to be honest, because they're slow. Yeah, so for next year, Fujito-san, since he's taken over, his goals is to get the Fantasia and 11 out so you can change race. For there to be Limbus 2.0 with new drops and new endgame content, upgraded, you know, that kind of sucks. And then he wanted to make new high-tier battlefields for the Mask of Darkness. And for the Cloud of Darkness, I guess you could say. And I believe another fight that I'll just save redacted, because it involves the Voracious Resurgence. More like a decent challenge connoisseur. I think there's one player that was going through 11 in the sandbag run. They wouldn't complete the limits and keep themselves at 75 for a while until they got to wings, when the wing stuff starts to go up past 75. And then they finally started increasing their level cap. I called it a sandbag run. White Mage and Scholar are superior healers, but these days everybody... You wanna know the truth of the matter, Keller? These days a Paladin can heal. Paladin got this ability called Majesty about a year and a half ago, and now they can AoE their heals or protect spells, even across Alliance, without any penalty or cost. And yeah, they're really strong healers and tanks now. Sometimes healers aren't even necessary. But when you need a healer, you usually want a White Mage for the Stone Skin, or a Scholar so that they can just put up a regen and then put up magic skill chains and other stuff. Yeah, Red Mage, mostly, their biggest use these days is in Alliance level content because of their enfeeblements. And enfeeblement makes every DPS in an Alliance get a benefit, right? So that's what makes Red Mages and Dancers in particular, any enfeeblement-based job is gonna get the most bang for buck in an Alliance. Yeah, well, you know, it's because when Red Mage can heal well enough, right? They start throwing White Mages in the trash. Because it's like, why would you have a White Mage when you could have a Red Mage? And then at that point, that puts, when Red Mages are in a bad group with people that don't know what a hybrid or defensive set is and they're taking damage like crazy, a White Mage wouldn't even be able to heal that, let alone a Red Mage. So then the Red Mage is sitting there stressing out, not being able to enjoy the game because they're around bad players. And it's very common. I mean, you watch down their streams, you'll see people die in one hit from 20,000 damage and be like, I don't know what happened, I have no idea. And it's like, you just don't know how to edit your Lua, and you copied some Lua off of FFXI, and then you got all the gear on it, and you don't know how to fix the problem because you don't understand why you're dying. You never took the time to learn the mechanics of the game enough, you just wanted to have fun in the game. Which is fine, but you shouldn't be doing endgame at that level if you don't understand the mechanics a little bit. Or they didn't fix the MP body. That's fair. The Paladin MP body has been broken for a bit, hasn't it? Yeah, what about the Warrior one? They still say Fencer 4 on it, don't they? Or did they finally fix it and just add TP bonus on top of the Fencer? That one made me laugh so hard. It's like, oh my god, you guys don't even know your own caps in the game? Like, they make these caps for certain stats, and then they make gear that is listed as higher than the cap. Sometimes I think they need to have, like, a council of all the best players in 11, and they just send the update to us as, like, is this gonna ruin the game? And then we all take a vote on it, and it's like, no, you're fine, send it. Or, no, send it back to the devs, you need to change some things. So, Kalar, here's the one thing I'll tell you, right? Here's my suggestion. Odyssey. Go into Odyssey with somebody and unlock the Niame set. And if you're doing Red Mage, unlock the Bunzi set too. With those two armor sets, you will have all the defensive gear you could possibly need. Between that and an ambuscade cape, and maybe like a Shinryu neck, or even the neck from the Voracious Resurgence you get in the story, because the Voracious Resurgence gives tons of great gear. You will have all the DT and damage taken hybrid sets you could possibly ever need. Or like, even if you offhand a Sakata sword, like let's say you're one of those Red Mages that wants to dual wield, the Sakata sword, it says sword, but it's got stats like a shield. Can't let the inmates run the asylum. Yeah, it would be challenging. It would be hard even for them as devs to know which players would have good advice for the game and which ones would have bad. That is a pretty real concern, because even some pro-level players I know don't really know the game very well because they only know the endgame experience, not what it's like to be a new player. So there'd have to be kind of different pieces of advice, like different advice for getting new players into the game and mid-tier players to be able to grow and have fun and find other players at similar skill levels, so that's where the real joy is. When you're in a group of similarly skilled players and you're all growing together, that's an amazing experience. Nothing can replace that in this game, to be honest. But if you're with a bunch of players that are way better than you, you feel like you're just dead weight, and that doesn't feel good. I mean, once in a while, it's nice to get something handed to you. It's like a Christmas present. But if you're only getting Christmas presents, it's like getting a bellyache from too much candy. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, Odyssey. Yeah, Odyssey, it's in Rabao, by the second home point crystal. There's a big purple crystal floating there now, and a light glowing, and you talk to the light glowing next to it, and there's a Moogle there that will explain the whole system, give you key items and everything. And then there's 3 farming zones called the Shields, A, B, and C. You have to set those in the Records of Eminence to be able to progress past each one. And you don't have to kill anything. You can literally hike through the entire zone and touch the exit with the Records of Eminence set, and you'll unlock the next zone. And then just like Omen, it has a 20-hour capture time to be able to go in. So you can hold an item on you, a key item for entry, and then another one will charge up, and you can do double runs that way. When you're going through all 3, you unlock the boss floor called the Guile, or Jail. And there's a lot of bosses there. People can take you into ones that they have access to. Like the final one is Bumba, and that unlocks the Niame gear, which is an all-jobs armor set that's very, very powerful. And with augments, it becomes one of the best weapon skill sets in the game. Yeah, the day that gear for the Tier 3 gear came out, this was before Bumbo was even out. I remember I posted on my Link Shell's Discord, like, this is gonna change the game, everybody. Like, all the sets, all the guides, everything in the game are about to become irrelevant because this gear is that strong. You could buy it from the auction house too, but that augmenting stuff is actually from Unity gear, right? The Unity gear that you get from UNMs could be augmented through the currency in Odyssey. Augmenting Odyssey gear actually comes from refighting the bosses at higher levels of difficulty called Vengeance levels. There's a couple tricks to make that a little bit less painful. But long story short, you go into the farming Odysseys, once a day, or double, twice a day kind of thing, right? And you farm, there's lots of gil there. You get paid up to 4k gil per kill or 5k in C. So when you go into a group, you can make like 400k to 1.5 mil depending on how good the group is. And that's every day. So you're just swimming in gil just from farming Odyssey. And then you spend those segments that you get per kill on boss pops. The game is really great. Don't get me wrong though, there's a lot of frustrations when you're trying to find people to play with or have the right schedule with everybody. When somebody in your group's being a baby, or somebody's too drunk or too high. Not that I would judge, I'm not judging drinkers or smokers. I definitely have my own vices for sure. But when you get too much that you can't play the game with your friends and you're holding everybody back, that can always suck when everybody's there for a scheduled event and somebody's a little too blasted to be able to do the thing. Definitely had that happen a few times. Just say, like, real life, you know, an MMO is it's very real in the sense that, you know, if you do something really, really bad, people will remember that, you know? And you gotta kind of take your reputation into consideration. Like, a lot of people don't like me because I talk a lot of trash on Lua sometimes and automated botting and stuff. But a lot of people will bot their master levels to get to master level 50. And that's kind of a step too far for me. I can't do it. Like, maybe one day I'll change my mind, but I'm not there. And so a lot of people get kind of mad at me for that. There's a lot of things where it's like, I'm really trying to, like, keep the game, or at least try to teach the game to people the enjoyable parts that, you know, you don't have to get a PhD and learn coding and do things that you might consider questionable. You don't have to enjoy this game, but to get to the most highest ends of endgame, maybe. And you get to DPS on Red Mage. If you're not DPSing on Red Mage in, like, Odyssey segment form, you're probably doing it wrong. Red Mage, once you have a Nagling, Savage Bleed, and, yeah, if you get burst on certain skill chains, if the group's coordinated enough, if it's not dead with the skill chain, like, if it's at, like, 2 or 3%, just burst and finish it off. But usually even just the skill chain will be enough to kill most of the monsters. I mean, you will still occasionally toss a cure, but, like, if you're constantly tossing cures to the point where you don't have the time to even target anything or whatever, your group's not very good. Something's wrong. They're pulling too many monsters, or somebody doesn't have the right sets on. Like, that's not how it should go. You might even be sleeping stuff. Like, Red Mage can, you know, sleep gust stuff. So there might be a time where they're gonna be like, alright, I'm gonna do a big pull. I want you to sleep everything once it's together, and then we're gonna cut it down one by one. And that would be really good. Oh, yahoo, yahoo! Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, sleep, break, etc. For the Garcia Moore, that can actually go up to R25. So you might actually have it at R25 color. And that'll help you in Peach Power a lot. End spells is the way. You lose control of your character a lot, and you start berserk attacking monsters. So at end spell Red Mage starts ripping up the flan even when you don't have control of your characters. Yeah, I hope we get more content like Peach Power. Real high EP rewards with, like, a niche piece of gear you might get along the way. Maybe complete the whole Admentine set. I doubt that will happen, but who knows. EP, Peach Power, yeah. The abbreviations start to get a little nuts. I remember when Exemplar points came out, we're like, oh crap, what do we call it? And everybody's like, EP. And they're like, no, they're gonna confuse that with experience points. And it's like, no, but we call that XP. So now you got XP, CP, and EP, right? Simple, huh? Good chance you have the turn-in. The Gladies is from Odyssey though, so you're definitely not gonna have the Gladies yet. But it's easy enough to get. Super easy. Yeah, Daybreak comes from Lilith. And that's really nice for having Dispelga. And then the other club from Odyssey, the Bunsey Club. Yeah, it's pretty strong. It's pretty strong for nukes. For sure. And that must have been a really weak kitty cat. That barely gave me any experience points. But then again, I'm pretty close to level 69, so these guys are gonna start getting a bit too low for me. We wanna wait till we get to 70 here for sure. Once we hit 70, we'll go forming for the testimony. It's probably true, but each battle has certain circumstances and things. Like, you don't always have an offhand. Sometimes you're gonna be going sub-Dark Knight Color or Absorb TP. There's a very valid strategy in some of the content is to just TP game for like Corsair roll and such, and then absorb TP and everybody only like Savage Blades or weapon skills only on the boss, and then the TP is drained from the boss so they can't get a single move off. It's called the TP mitigation strategy and it's used on a few things. I would suggest the Genmei shield. I'm not getting chain bonus. I'm gonna need to find some tougher kitty cats. I wonder if on the other side the tougher, higher level kitty cats are. Oh yeah, Almond Shield from K is amazing. That would be a little bit hard to get though. The Amarapi Shield is great. The UNM Shield's probably a little bit easier to get. Solo Genmei Shield on a Scholar? It's possible. Not on a Scholar, I'm not sure if it's possible to solo a Genmei Shield. That's the only job I've been able to solo it. Maybe Red Mage with end spells and a lot of patience. But even then, that would be pretty hard because yeah. With Scholar, what I would do is I'd summon like 3 tank trusts and like a healer trust. And then I would make a burst. And then burst Iona Helix on it, so it just keeps chipping away thunder damage. And then I put Kaustra on it, try to Modus Veritas it, and then whenever I had any gems, I would just use them for putting up like, you know, bursting Thunder 4s and Thunder 5s on it and everything. And then I just try to keep the tanks alive. But sometimes, you know, we Tortoise Stomp and just murder one of the tank trusts because, you know, they're trusts, they're not super strong. And then hopefully he would be dead by the time, yeah. But if you have a tank and a Scholar, I mean, just between a real tank and a Scholar, you can beat Denbu. It just takes some time. Just keep bursting thunder on him until he's dead. Don't use water for sure. say, they were aggroing me a whole hell of a lot there. I was wondering if they even aggroed. Yes, they did. And you're welcome, Raz. Hi, there's level 69. Okay. One more level to go. So, he says we'll be even lower level now. Maybe I should go in and go to the new camp. You're all so low. Is there any higher level ones? Maybe up here? 68, that's a little higher. Well, the reason it's a little bit more the place to level, right? Oh geez, we made a lot of friends. Valley. That's a lot of kitty friends. Is because you'll get these worse heal bonuses here, right? And so it just makes you stronger. And then once you start getting like refresh and such. But I won't do the whole time here in Esha. I'll probably take level 80 to 90 in Dangerfwadi. And then again, I guess I could do 70 to 80 over at Esha Ruan. Well, actually, no, this character doesn't have access to it yet. But you could. The Zidane there are really good to take from 70 to 80. But yeah, like, I know people are always obsessing over the gear while they level, right? But I'm still using this level 40 sword. I'm still using this level 38 armor and such. Like, you gotta really trust in your trust a lot when you're leveling to save your gil. Like, sitting there and trying to find gear every 10 levels and such, and when you have trust and everything, it's just really pointless. And grab, I'd say every 10 or 20 levels, just grab some new gear for yourself. And then by the time you hit level 77, I think it is, there's a set in Abyssia that you can grab, you know, with Truer. And then that's like free. Pretty strong. Oh, you just made a bunch more friends, Valley. I don't know if you're gonna survive now. You made a bunch of friends. Whoa. Valley girl, I don't know if you're gonna live through this one, buddy. We're gonna see. Oh, you got more friends! I might actually have to heal him now. Yeah, that's why I like to switch it up sometimes, Kalar. I go out to Dangerfwadi, or sometimes Bicky Bay, too, just because I like the Chains of Promathia battle music a ton. But, definitely want to get in here, too, early on for the Silt, because this character has, like, 0 Silt. I think I had, like, 3 or 4 Boris Hills unlocked. I'm ready to heal him yet, he's holding up. You go, Kura Baruha, keep him healed up. I don't know, I can't believe you're healing better than Kupipi is, but hey, I'll take it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But they did give her a big buff when they gave Valley a buff. All the shield users in the game got a pretty big buff. And so, my hope is sometimes that she would be a little sturdier, but she wastes her MP a lot on gigantic cures you don't always need. Oh yeah, Raz, you could totally go naked the whole time too. I'd say bring a weapon so you get skill ups for sure. Would you call that one streaking XP? And at this point, I could do more of the Rhapsody's quests to get the extra trust. You have to get to the point where you beat up Siren and you tongue the jungle and then a teeny bit past that. But, yeah, 5's enough for now. I'll probably work on that a little bit off stream. And again, I don't know if you guys have been enjoying me doing the story. Like, did anybody enjoy me fighting the Shadow Lord at level 60 last time? I kind of enjoyed going through that again and not being able to smash it like it was super easy. Yeah, Eevee got a buff as well. Yeah, everybody that uses a shield got a big buff. Their shield rates were buffed considerably, so they block way, way more often now. Well, you know, Raz, I did go far enough to get to the point where you get the, I think it's Rhapsody of Umber. Because that, will let you... That'll let you bring trust into the mat fight. Which will let me just walk through that instead of having to, like, really gear and prepare and get a bunch of potions and elixirs and such. To answer your... Yahoo, welcome, Eddie. By the way, I see your first time chatter. Welcome. That is a mod. It's called XIV Party. Yeah, if you Google it, you'll find the GitHub for it. I do have a guide on YouTube where I talk about it a bit. It's one of my more popular YouTube videos. But if you do that, you'll find it. So notice how they both didn't come running over here like that? That's because they link, but they don't... Or they aggro, but they don't link. Different kinds of aggro. There he is. Say he's gonna Uriel Blade and make some more friends. It's all good. I mess up on names all the time. For some reason, sometimes it feels like the only things that I can remember well are things in this game. Oh yeah? Yeah, Horizon, you know, I have a lot of appreciation for them just because they defeated the Play Online boss. Anybody who managed to defeat the Play Online boss, that's quite amazing, because even Square Enix can't seem to defeat them. Yeah, my main character's on the Siren server, but really good server with a lot of players. There's a lot of scummy players, but there's also a lot of good players too. So you find no shortage of players. And it's a free login too, so you have to defeat the play online boss to get into retail. But it is free at the moment. Pilar, you'd be able to start augmenting it. If you trade it to the Unity NPC with one of the Odyssey items, even one, you could start the augment process for 30,000 Unity accolades. And then it takes 12 stacks and 2, I think, to finish the augment. So it depends on like which item it would be. So for the turning dagger, I think it's hides, musterless hides. So you would need 12 stacks of lusterless hides at 99, and then 2 Lucy's, I think. Might be 12 Lucy's. No, I think it's just 2. But some would argue that the Galetti dagger's better now, but that's just because there's R30 on it, and it goes getting subtle blow 2, 10. I don't even have that on my main one. I haven't ever beaten the V25 of the shark yet. Essentially, each vengeance level that you beat of the notorious monster. Oh, you have the Genmei shield too. Good. See, you do a lot of stuff. You're already halfway there. We're a little more than halfway there. Yeah, the shark fight is a lot of fun. I heal for it a lot, and sometimes near the end, it'll just be like me and the monk, and everybody else is dead. And it's like, hey, just gotta heal the monk. As long as the monk stays alive, we're fine. Sounds like you're gonna be on Ren's tail farming for a little while. Ah, the +2s. Ah, yeah, that's Omen. Yeah, lots of Omen cards. You probably would want to do that during a card bonus month. Is it card bonus month up right now? I think it is. Yeah, the +2 and +3, yeah, that's Omen. And then for Relic, it's Dynamis Divergence. And then for Imperia, it is the new content Sortie. Yahoo, yahoo! Welcome, welcome, Captain Prince of the Second. I'm doing really good. Welcome from YouTube. Yeah, Pied Piper, that's a bummer. You know, it'll be up at some point. I really wish the other card event was up so you can get the Abyssia coupons that let you skip, you know, the card portion. Because that is annoying. It's nice just to be able to go to a dealer Moogle and get all those for taking the Empyrean up to its +1 state. And then being able to just go over to Port Juno and upgrade it from there. At this point, I think the card event should be permanent, and then the lights event that gives you the bonus chance at treasure rooms, that should be the special event for Omen. Looks like you need a friend, Valley Girl. Yeah, like, keep it at the 7 one, and then the special months will be when it goes up to 14. I also think the incursion event should be up all the time now, but it's not. And both of the seals for the BC&M seal fights, those should be up too. There's certain things that hold back new players from developing, and those things should be permanent. It's like, fine, you want to give us new events that keep things exciting. A Gallimaufry double event, a segment double event. Stuff that's the modern stuff. In Dynamis Divergence, add Statue Crusher to Wave 3. Make it based on the SU5 weapons holders, or the Halos or something. Add more candy to the content that's modern. But rotate that. Don't punish new players with the new development stuff. That stuff should be permanent. You want the new players to stick around and enjoy this game, and if they don't finish their goals by the time those bonuses wear out, they usually quit. I've seen it happen a lot, and it's really sad. We got a Voso pop. Valley Girl, you grabbed Voso. I should have maybe... Yeah, well now you're gonna die. Sylvie, you're all gonna die, but let's maybe kill this Coral first before y'all die. So, I'm not gonna heal Valley or anybody. I'm gonna try to kill this Eshin Coral before everybody dies a brutal death. I don't know how it's gonna go. Come on, Shantotto, you can do it. You can do it. Voso wants to kill Sylvie first. Alright, now she's gonna try to kill you, Shantotto. Alright, so let's back up a little bit. Oh, Voso doesn't want to kill Shantotto. Nice. Alright, Shantotto, get over here. Shantotto didn't do nothing to get aggro on that Voso. She's like, I just want to kill this thing. Oh, nice. Alright, we got level 72. Alright, how much buffer do we have? Not much buffer. Yeah, Cornelia Permatrust. I can't believe they took her away from us this month. I'm so sad. We're gonna fight like 1 or 2 more of these kitty cats to give us a little bit more buffer. Just in case I get flattened, you know? This paralyzed proc is killing me. It's not letting me get the trust out. Jeez, Corals, come on! Oh my god, this paralyze is so strong. Oh my god! So you're gonna love this, Kalar. They randomly drop from the common monsters in Omen now. Oh my god, this paralyze is so strong. Oh wow, there's one. Am I gonna get the other one out? Nope. Okay, so let's kill a couple of these. Does anybody have any good suggestions on where to form the Red Mage Testimony? I have a feeling I'm gonna be Unity warping over to the Temple of Ugalef. There's PTSD or something, Kala. Maybe it was just too hard to remember. You're like, those are some tough times. Okay, that should be some good buffer, so I don't de-level. Time to warp back. Let's look up where the closest one Red Mage Testimonies are. I think it's gonna be Temple of Ugalef, though. Oh my, it's a common drop from the Ruby Kudav? Do I want to try and run out there and get it from the Ruby Kudav instead? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That might be worth it. Oh, I don't know. I know he's out there. Nobody ever likes to go out there. And there's like 2 spawns of it too, I think, of the Ruby Kudav as well. I'm so torn. Alright, you know what? Let's try it. Alright, I'm gonna change to some thief. We're gonna use the waypoint warp to get out in the middle of the Biadao. And we're gonna see if we could beat up the Ruby Kadov, just get it in one fell swipe. Who knows, maybe he'll even drop a valuable spell or something for us to sell. So everybody, I am gonna be wrapping up stream, I'd say, in about 10 to 20 minutes or so once we wrap this up. But yeah, we definitely had a lot of progress today. I'm glad I blew through those 10 levels real quick. And I didn't want to do it off stream. I was working on the other jobs, getting them up to 50 and stuff and sub-job levels, and then I'm like, oh, all that's left is either Monk or Red Mage, and I have no intention of turning this character into a DPS. So, yeah. At least I know in Bastok Mines, the Link Shell Concierge, but there's one in each town, Kellar. Probably should have sneaked myself first, but what can you do? Okay, now let's see if we can get to Kulin Dome in time. Kill the Ruby Kadov. Hopefully he drops the testimony. We bring it to Matt and beat up Matt before the end of the stream. And then end the stream there. That's my goal. We're gonna see if that works out or not, but that's the goal. I had a dumb moment. I'm like, where's the ramp? That's up here. There it is. I'm just blind. Thank you for the hydrate, Raz, and the Zelda sounds. So I didn't get the treasure yet. Hopefully we get that testimony when we beat up the Ruby Kudov, and then that treasure chest sound effect will be perfect. Don't mind this Hume running through your guys' like stronghold or anything. Your guys' eyesight's terrible, you know, and it's raining, so can't hear a thing. Just walking on through here like I own the place. That's okay, it's still a really good one. But yeah, I'll have to add some more sounds for sure. Unfortunately, did you know there's a limit on how many redeems you can have for your channel? So I might do some rotation ones and change them out during different months and such. And then there's an add-on you can get for your browser, and there's a whole bunch of extra ones you could request on there. And then the ones I really hate cost bits. Because I really hate them. But I still wanted to give people the ability to annoy me. I'm not sure if you get any more redeems. Maybe if I was partner, because I'm already affiliate. Or maybe the plus. I know for emotes, right? Emotes are by the subs. So like when I hit 10 subs at one time, because somebody gifted me a bunch of subs, I wound up unlocking an extra animated emote and a static emote. So I know that's based on that, but I don't know about the channel redeems. I'll have to look it up sometime, because I would like to have more. I want to have more emote slots, I want to have more sub slot, or more of the channel redeem slots. I want to be able to give out more VIP. I think that's based on how many people talk in your chat, though. Because if you have, I think when I had 5 people talk in chat at the same time, it wound up unlocking more VIP slots to give out. And then I think the next one for me is when 10 people are talking in chat in the same time. And yeah, Twitch is weird. They have different like conditions. They gamify it for us streamers too to try to keep it interesting. So Yashka, yaho yaho and welcome. But my answer is that your job is very physical and makes you work super duper hard. And you've had to work your butt off a ton. And now you're finally at that vacation point where you're getting to relax. And your body's like, ha! I'm gonna make sure you get your rest you need. But there's still plenty of time, right? You don't go back to work until later? So there's the Ruby Kudab, but I gotta unsilence myself and get some trust out before we attempt this. Mr. Ruby Kudov, are you gonna be nice to me and drop the red mage testimony for me, please? Pretty please? He might be a jerk, you're probably right. Worst case, I'll probably park my character over at the Temple of the Left camp. Yahoo! Welcome, Kiros. First time chatter. Welcome, and I hope that you have a good time and enjoy the vibes. We're already at the end of the stream this time, but yeah, definitely glad to see ya. Fair. You never know, we're gonna see what happens. Figure's worth a shot, right? And I'm sub D, so I'm hoping it works. Hey, dropped it! Alright. Welcome back, Potato. Are we even old man to go beat up? Yeah, I know I needed help on my white mage. My white mage was the first one I had to fight Matt with, and I needed help farming those testimonies. I think it took 2. I definitely lost my first try. And they didn't have it where you could use the testimony multiple times. It's been a long time. It's been a long road to the top, and I'm sure you've had your share of hard times along the way. I want you to remember that back in the very first day you stepped out into Vanadiel, in the Vanadiel sun, you were still a tiny ant trying to climb a mountain. But now look at you, riding the clouds to the stars. But didn't you think that you've reached the top, or don't think that you've reached the top? Even if you break one limit, there's always another waiting for you. But it's our persistent aiming for the top that makes us great. However, I'm growing old, and there's not much left to teach you. Our tale together has reached its final chapter, so to speak. But before we turn that page, I'll need you to bring me a red mage testimony. I already got it. What's that look on your face? Rounding up something like that well, I know how to talk. What's that look on your face? Rounding up something like that should be no problem for a lady like you. Master Matt, what's going on? Oh, it's you, Wolfgang. I wish you'd stop sneaking up on me like that. It's bad for my heart. It is time, sir. Oh yes, of course. Sir, are you still not bothering with it? Sir, are you not still bothering with adventures with your games, are you? Games? You should talk, Wolfgang. My Shuko here could slice you up and eat you for breakfast. Yes, sir. Now we must be off. I will meet you at the gate when you arrive. Look at you with your convenient teleportation magic to get outside of Juno. I'm sorry about the interruption. Anyway, you go get me that red mage testimony. While you're doing that, I'll finish my business with Wolfgang. That's fair, Raz. Sometimes you want to try it yourself, you know? Alright, Matt, here's your red mage testimony. That wasn't so hard now, was it? I bet you're wondering why I'm having you travel around the globe collecting these rare and obscure items for me. Haha, I know what you're thinking. You're sick and tired of playing fetch for your old Matt. You want a chance to show me what you're really made of. Now that you mention it, I think I'd be delighted to test your might with my own hands. I may look old, but I still have a lot of spunk in me. I can take anything and everything you've got. What do you say? You'll get your chance to get back at old me for all the trouble I've put you through. And I'll get some good exercise. You bet. Now take that red mage testimony to the burning circle and throw it in. I'll be waiting for you inside. You know, Matt, you're doing better than Mike Tyson did on that fight, to say the least. Exactly, Raz. It's time for a perfectly balanced 4v1. Or 5v1, I guess, technically. I guess that means, like, Wolfgang's, like, level 60. Well, see, Yashka, the thing is I wanted to finish while this stream was still up, but I only had a few minutes, so if I tried to do this normally, I'd have to do hours of farming in preparation. Is it possible? Yes. Should I do it, though? Nah. So keep in mind, though, everybody, you're not able to bring trust into this fight unless you're at a certain point in the story where Rashford is a Vanadiel. And to do that, you have to have been finishing your rank 3 mission for your nation and meet Lion. And once you get to that whole point, you'll get the Rashford of Umber, which allows you to bring trust in here. And get coffer keys from the Curio Moogle for unlocking the Adeline areas. A little shortcut there if you don't want to have to, you know, go through that heck. And just like that, he's dead already. That was a mighty fine display of skill there, Shuko. You've come a long way. So we warp back and go talk to Mr. Matt. And my warp ring has a recast, but they gave me a convenient scroll warp. Thank you very much, Raz. It was one of the better fanfares. I have to admit, that was one fine display of fighting, Shuko. It's kind of hard to believe, but did you know that Juno was once a rundown, tiny little fishing village? Now look at her. There isn't a soul in Vanadiel who doesn't know her beauty. Let me tell you a story. Long ago, there was a young man, a captain of a fishing boat. Who lived a modest life in the peaceful harbors of Juno. It's often hard for him to make ends meet, but he and his fishing buddies had no complaints. They loved their tiny village. However, one stormy night, fate came knocking in his door. Then he rescued two strange lads from nearby waters. From that day on, the wheels of change began to turn. There was something different, something special about those two. They possessed a great deal of knowledge and leadership, and in just a short period of time, they transformed Juno from an insignificant dot on the map into a giant metropolis. At first, the captain welcomed these changes with open arms. However, later he began to ask himself if it was all truly for the good of Juno, or if the city was just being used as a piece of some bigger plan put into motion by the two mysterious men. But by then, it was too late. Juno and the people living within her walls had changed. There was no turning back. And so the captain decided, while he still had life inside his bones, that he would make it his mission to remain and watch over his hometown. Good day, Matt. Oh, if it isn't Dr. Mumpro. You're looking quite healthy these days, old chap. As healthy as a hobgoblin thanks to your treatment. You know how to keep your patients happy. I'm just doing my job. By the way, you mentioned this captain watching over Juno. What exactly was he making sure of? Well, he's probably making sure that everybody was happy. You know, I think you are probably right. There are many things out there that threaten the happiness of all Junonians. I think I said that right. Junians? I don't know. And he couldn't stand to sit back and watch the happiness be snatched away from them. Well, look at the time. I must be getting back to the infirmary. Take care, my friend. Don't you worry, Doctor. I always do. Oh, and you keep working on Wolfgang. Once he sees that he's really going on, or once he sees what's really going on in this place, he'll start to change. I know it. As do I. So Matt started Juno from scratch by bringing the two little brats out of the water. Now, where was I? As much as I long to see it, it's likely you won't be around when the truth finally comes out. But young adventurers it's likely I won't be around when the truth finally comes out. But young adventurers like you will. And that's why I want you to be all that you can be. Don't forget the hardships that you endured to make it this far. And maybe one day, you too will find something worth giving your life to protect. They say that there's a beginning, there's an end. However, I believe that some things, like memories, don't have to end. That is where you young folk come in. And that is all this simple old man can ask for. Matt, that's really profound. Level limit 75 unlocked. That's really good. I'm glad I read that cutscene. It's very, boosting of morale. Right, let's switch to the room. Let's put down the controller. I hope everybody had a great night. Unfortunately, I don't see anybody to raid that I know. So maybe we should raid somebody randomly? I'm not gonna be able to talk to them. So it'd be like a raid and run. It is super early, it's true. Is anybody on that's playing 11? They're doing Horizon. Telly Perez? I'd probably say hi to them. We're on retail. Hopefully I don't get too mean. But I don't want to leave everybody without something to watch. Oh, hey, Trom. We're about to end the stream. Welcome, you made it in time. And, yeah, so, guys, let's rate them. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. And the next stream will be on Tuesday. It'll be the game rotation stream, not the Final Fantasy XI one. And lots of love. I'd love to see you all. This was a fun stream. I'm glad I got to see everybody and talk to everybody today. And we got all of our goals accomplished for the stream, which is good. And we are going to raid Telly Perez and see how they're doing. They're on Horizon, so we'll see what they're up to. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me. Lots of love, and I will see you all next time. Let's say hi to Tilly. Take care.